lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and today we're going to be talking about Pamela Anderson and her favorite beauty products. So this is a new series called Makeup and Biography where I go into the movie stars' biography and background and talk about their favorite beauty products. So let's jump right in and talk about Pamela Anderson. So Pamela Anderson actually grew up close to where I live. She's from Ladysmith, which is about an hour from Victoria, and this is on Vancouver Island in Canada. And I actually met Pamela Anderson, I think it was in the early 2000s, so it was a charity event at the Empress Hotel, and she was there with Jason Priestley from 90210, and they're both there, and I saw them come out on the red carpet, so I didn't technically meet her, but I saw her on the red carpet. I was maybe 6 to 10 feet away from her, so that's kind of my interaction with Pamela Anderson. So Pamela Anderson is a Canadian-American actress and model, and she was born on July 1st, 1967, so she's a cancer of the crab just like me. And she worked on television shows like Home Improvement, Baywatch, and she had numerous appearances on Playboy magazine. And recently I started watching this Hulu series called Pam and Tommy. It's really good, and this is what kind of jump-started this video to begin with, because I'm obsessed with this television show. If you haven't watched it, you really should. It's super nostalgic. I love the music, and Seth Rogen's in it as well, who's also from Vancouver, Canada. So Anderson rose to fame after being named Playmate of the Month for Playboy magazine in February 1990, and she went on to make numerous appearances on the cover of Playboy magazine, and she currently holds the record for the most Playboy covers of any person. Pamela rose to fame in 1991 after starring as Lisa on the ABC comedy series Home Improvement for the first 2 seasons. Her leading role as CJ Parker on the action drama series Baywatch earned her international exposure the following year, solidifying her image as a sex symbol. She starred as Valley Irons on the action comedy series VIP from 1998 to 2002. And I remember when I was in elementary school, people always kept talking about Baywatch, older people, and they called it Baywatch. And I never really watched the show when I was a kid, but I always heard about it. So I guess it was quite famous and popular at the time. Pamela has acted in films such as Raw Justice 1994, Barbed Wire 96, and the superhero movie in 2008, and Blonde and Blonder in 2008. She was honored to the Canadian Walk of Fame in 2006, and she also appeared on Dancing with the Stars from 2010 to 2012, and Dancing on Ice in 2013. She is also a well-known animal rights activist who is praised by PETA Operations. She also is the author of 3 autobiographies and 3 novels. So she was born in Ladysmith, British Columbia, Canada, which is super close to me, and her dad was a furnace repairman, Barry Anderson, and her mother was a waitress. And her great-grandfather was Finnish, and he immigrated to Canada in 1908 from the Grand Duchy of Finland, which was then a part of the Russian Empire. On her mother's side, Anderson has Russian ancestry, and she actually received media attention shortly after her birth as a centennial baby, as she was born on July 1st, 1967, the 100th-year anniversary of Canada's official establishment via the Constitution Act in 1867. So it seems that she has a little bit of an interesting and troubled past. And Anderson went to high school in Comox, which is also on Vancouver Island, and she was a member of the volleyball squad in high school. She received her diploma in 1985, and then she moved to Vancouver in 1988 and began working as a fitness instructor. And Pamela was featured on the Jumbotron while wearing a Labatt's beer t-shirt at a BC Lions Canadian Football League game at BC Place in 1989. And then she became a spokesmodel for the beer company for a short time after being seen in the t-shirt. And her then boyfriend Dan was inspired by the occurrence and created a poster of her image called the Blue Zone Girl. And Pamela was the cover girl of the October 1989 issue of Playboy magazine. She then relocated to the United States, staying in LA to pursue her modeling career further. In the February 1990 issue of Playboy, she was named Playmate of the Month, and she was featured in the centerfold shot. Pamela then chose to undergo breast implants, resulting in a 34D bust size. After a few years, she then enlarged her bust size to 34DD, and she's been featured on more Playboy covers than any other model in her 22-year career. And she's also been in a number of the magazine newsstand specials and the Playboy coffee book table for greatest covers. And she landed a minor role as Lisa, the first Tool-Time girl on the ABC comedy series Home Improvement. And she departed the show after 2 seasons and went on to play CJ Parker on Baywatch for 5 seasons from 1992 to 1997, making her one of the longest surviving cast members. This is one of her most well-known roles to date, and it's helped her gain international recognition. Pamela married her first husband, Tommy Lee, the Motley Crue drummer, and if you are really interested in this, I highly recommend watching the show Pam and Tommy. And they got married February 19th, 1995, only 4 days after meeting and dating. Anderson married him on a beach in a bikini. Her mother was unaware of the marriage until she read about it in People magazine. And Pamela Anderson Lee was her professional name during this period. And they had 2 kids, Brandon Thomas, born June 5th, 1996, and Dylan Jagger, born December 29th, 1997. And Tommy Lee was actually arrested for spousal violence after assaulting Anderson during their rocky marriage. He received a 6-month term in the LA County Jail, and in 1998, the couple divorced. Pamela began writing a regular column for Jane magazine in March 2002 after publicly stating that she caught hepatitis C from sharing tattoo needles with Tommy Lee. Anderson joked on Howard Stern's radio show in October 2003 that she doesn't expect to live more than 10 or 15 years, but many websites and tabloids misinterpreted this and took it literally. And Anderson was cured of hepatitis C in 2015. And then Anderson went on to marry Kid Rock in 2003. Pamela wrote on her blog, "Feels like I've been imprisoned in a time warp. It's been sad, lonely, and upsetting not being able to let go of my family photo. I raised my children on my own, hoping for a miracle. My miracle, on the other hand, came and went. He kept returning because he knew I'd wake up one day and discover I've been waiting for nothing," she proclaimed. "I'm moving on. I now feel free. I'm in love," she says. The marriage was the subject of media speculation. However, the hypothesis was based solely on Anderson's representative's failure to speak on the matter. Apparently, Pamela had a miscarriage on November 10th, 2006, when she was in Vancouver filming a new film, Blonde and Blonder. Anderson filed for divorce in LA County Superior Court 17 days later, on November 26, 2006, citing irreconcilable differences. Apparently, by some sources, they actually broke up over Pamela's part in Borat. She had a cameo part, prompting him to file for divorce 2 weeks later. And Pamela claimed in February 2007 that she had sex with Lee frequently since their divorce. And Tommy Lee stated in June 2008 that they were attempting to make things work once more. And Anderson announced her engagement on the Ellen DeGeneres show in September 2007. Anderson and film producer Rick Salomon registered for a marriage certificate in LA on September 29th, and Pamela married him in a tiny wedding ceremony at the Mirage on October 6, 2007. And on February 26, 2008, she filed a court petition to have her marriage annulled, charging fraud. And then after this, in 2017, she began dating Adil Rami, a French footballer. Anderson announced the end of his relationship with Rami on Instagram in late 2019. And then she married Hollywood producer John Peters on January 20th, 2020. And she announced her separation from Peters on February 1st, 2020, and later claimed she was never lawfully married to him. Anderson married her bodyguard Dylan Hayhurst on December 24th, 2020. And then she actually ended up separating and divorcing him almost a year later on January 21st, 2022, so super recently. I think she actually said she was moving to Ladysmith permanently, like at her childhood home in Ladysmith. I think it's like on a bunch of land, and apparently now she moved back to Malibu. I don't know. I was kind of excited when she lived close by. I don't know. And now let's jump into some of her beauty products. Pamela Anderson is very passionate about animal rights. She collaborated with a celebrity beauty artist, Alexis Vogel, to produce a limited edition collection of vegan and cruelty-free makeup kits. I was looking online, but I don't think you can buy them anymore because they're just limited edition. And the kits provide everything you need to create a complete look. She made 1 7-piece eyeshadow kit, 2 4-piece pink and purple nude lip kits. She says, "I enjoy being a woman and everything that implies. Alexis has always served as a role model for me. We met when shooting the Dan Aykroyd Conehead Playboy cover, which was one of my first Playboy covers. We both adore makeup and all things feminine, goddess power, girl clout. So now everyone can achieve the perfect bombshell look at home. Pamela Anderson admits in an interview with People Style that she's been dyeing her own hair for the last 25 years, a skill she acquired from her mother. I do my own hair coloring. I couldn't imagine spending hours in a hair salon, she told the news organization. I'm surprised she does it herself. I don't know. I've always tried to do my hair myself and I've done it so many times. And most recently I just decided I'm just gonna get my roots dyed at a salon just because I just suck. So I admire people that can get away with it and their hair looks good. And her makeup process is shockingly simple. She explained that she feels her best when she does her own makeup. She told People Style that she's confident in her ability to achieve the style she desires after learning tips and techniques over the years. Sometimes others apply your own makeup and you don't even look like yourself at the end of the day, she says. I'm confident in my ability to do my own makeup and go down the red carpet, so I'm really looking forward to trying out these products and sharing my tips. For her beauty routine, she says, if you could only see me right now, I'm going around barefoot in the rain, wearing a long, ragged antique slip and huge flannel blouse over it. You believe I didn't have a beauty routine if you saw me right now. This isn't beauty, it's insanity. I'm not easily swayed by such nonsense. I'm not a big fan of products. Facials are one of my favorite things to do. Massages are one of my favorite things to do. Everything about it appeals to me, but if someone told me what I had to do first, second, and third, I'd refuse. I fall asleep with my own makeup on and my pillows covered with mascara. That's the way things are. So it sounds like she kind of isn't very high maintenance and just does whatever. I don't know. It seems like she just isn't like obsessed with beauty products. And I actually found out that she used to have a perfume. It's called Malibu Day. And this perfume is perfect for beach days and if you're in a flirtatious mood. So this was released in 2009 and it has wild berries, a mandarin, honeysuckle, white flowers, sandalwood, caramel, vanilla. And some of her other perfumes that she likes is Nina Ricci Liberty Fizz, Celio perfume, Kai perfume. So these are some of her other favorites. And she says she loves using coconut oil. She says it's completely insane. She says it's healthy on your face, it's natural, and she uses it on her face and her body. She also claims that she never wears sunscreen. She's found out that it was bad for the ocean, and she never even used it during her Baywatch days. She even just covered herself in oil, so I'm surprised she doesn't have more sun damage. I feel like her skin looks decent. And on a magazine interview, she dials up her mother on speakerphone to learn about the family's beauty secrets. And her mom says, consume copious amounts of wine, don't be concerned about anything. And she says Auntie V slathered Crisco all over her face and scraped it off in the morning and baked a pie around the kitchen on Vancouver Island and poured us champagne and we ate tomato soup. So it was really interesting reading about Pamela Anderson. I feel like people portray her as a dumb blonde, but I think she's actually probably really smart and a really good businesswoman. So I don't know. I've kind of been more into her just watching that TV show. I find her very interesting. She seems kind of like dramatic and it's just shocking how many times she has gotten married. I feel like, can't you just date these people instead of getting married to them all the time? I find that kind of crazy, but I'm really curious to smell this Malibu perfume as well. But yeah, I highly recommend that show, and I always like giving props to other Canadians. I know Kim Cattrall is also from Vancouver Island, and there's lots of other Canadian actresses too, so let me know in the comments below who you want me to do next. And alright, I'll see you guys again soon, and thank you new members who have joined my channel membership this month, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!